Here's a fun question for you. Do you know what happens to most governments who attempt an authoritarian takeover without the full support and loyalty of the military? Because what almost always happens in those situations is the military overthrows them in a violent coup. Just a couple of days ago, the General of Oregon's National Guard said out loud to the state Senate that he will not activate the National Guard unless it's to protect protesters from federal agents. If even one general in the United States military is willing to say that out loud, I guarantee most of the other generals are thinking the same thing. Because Donald Trump has support in the E4 mafia, but the real power, the real leadership, that lies in 04 to 07.
Yep.
Because above all things, the military is trained to follow orders, and the generals are the ones who give those orders out. We have a president who continually talks about invoking the Insurrection Act, but never pulls the trigger on it. The president was perfectly content with firing military leadership that didn't agree with him before, and now all of a sudden he seems scared to do it. In fact, our president and the Secretary of Defense have very rapidly and suddenly switched over to trying to kiss ass to the generals and get them on their side, instead of insulting them and threatening them. And again, Donald Trump keeps threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act, but he keeps backing off when he has the opportunity to pull the trigger. I think that the main reason for this is that Donald Trump and his advisors have suddenly become aware that the military is going to start a coup if they push any harder. If your military is already one of the most competent and powerful in the entire world and you just start firing generals because they disagree with you, the military's gonna turn against you. If you start trying to kiss ass to the military and do so by creating a huge security risk and getting them all in one place and wasting their time, you're gonna turn the military against you. If you are regularly asking the military, who swears an oath to the Constitution, not the president, to be loyal to the president over the Constitution, they're gonna turn against you. If you're at the point where even a state-level general is vocally saying he would rather rebel against the executive branch than use the military against protesters, you've already hit the point where they're planning it. Here you say again, well, just fire the generals you think are disloyal. Again, if he fires any more of them, he risks starting a coup. He could just try to strip the generals of their authority en masse. Again, that risks starting a coup. Yep. He could just invoke the Insurrection Act, which would give him the legal authority to force the generals to attack American population. That also risks starting a coup. The whole problem here is that in order for MAGA to accomplish the dictatorship that Stephen Miller has now admitted they're trying to accomplish, they have to have the full support and loyalty of the military before they try anything further. Everything MAGA has done in the past 9 months has put them in this box where anything they need to do to further their goals risks starting a military coup. A lot of people make the mistake of assuming that the military functions as an arm of the government. While that is true on paper, it is not true functionally. Military is its own culture. It's like a fraternity. They may answer to people outside of the organization, but if you push too hard, they will only trust each other. There's two things that the military fraternity doesn't trust. First is an alcoholic ex-infantry officer who never completed airborne, air assault, or ranger school and was handed his assignment anyway, and the second is a child-touching draft dodger.